Here we are on a lovely Sunday morning. Going to see Stags Wargaming Club in Telford for Operation Iron Bridge. Gonna go and help set up and see what the crack is today. You alright, Rob? How are you today? Oh dear. Good morning, Alan. How are you this fine morning?
So far so good.
Huh?
So far.
Morning, Jeff. You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark. Right, let's get started. Go on, do it, yeah, I want to see it, yeah, come on, do a wave, stay hello everybody, hey Mark, yeah, say hello, give us a wave, alright Simon, oh, everybody's getting camera shy now, everybody's going red and getting grin, yeah, oh, I love it, say hello, give us a wave, Tam, give me a wave, hey. You alright? Oh, smashing. Thank you, Jeff. Go on, give me a... Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed for coming today. That's the first thing, because obviously it's all requirements of effort and everything like that to make sure you're here with painted armies. So today we're going to carry on with Operation Iron Bridge, which is basically the lead off from Initiative 17. Okay? So we had... Right, so after the lead off from Initiative 17, we had the airborne forces who basically made really good gains on the day. We had British forces and American who actually got some really good established beachheads in Norway. So what we're going to do now is we're going to progress and we're going to see if we can establish and now basically play onto those gains. So there'll be massive airborne drops today in Norway and they'll be trying to secure different objectives alongside forces that are going to be moving out from those beachheads in Norway and basically linking up with them. We have various objectives on every table. They are marked by a dice. The dice has a target symbol on it. You will find 3 objectives, okay, on each table. Basically, tanks and things will not be controlling objectives if they are within a building. So you need boots on the ground, gentlemen. So all those that have taken 16 panzers, move them back. Now, airborne. Those of you that come up against the airborne, you will find they will use the following rules. The airborne will draw a dice from the bag, they will place it on the table, they will place a directional arrow on the dice to the way that they are coming in from, okay? The way that they think their airborne are going to drift. They'll roll 1d6. This applies to the glider units as well. They'll roll 1d6 for drift. Once they've done that, the squad leader will go down onto the actual table. The unit will form up around the squad leader as per rule requirements. That unit, if it is a paratrooper or a glider unit, will then go down. Okay? That is its activation completed. If it is an airborne unit that has walkers or fireflies, what we term as controlled descent units, they come in, they place their dice, arrow, but they don't need to drift. They will come straight in and they can activate using one of two actions only. That is advance or run. Okay? They've got more maneuverability because they've got jetpacks, hence the controlled descent. So for those of you that end up against the airborne forces, those are the rules that they'll be using. Alright? Any questions? No? Everybody's good? You'll be assigned to tables in a minute, paired up, and then we'll be kicking off shortly. We'll make sure we have a break at 1 o'clock for 30 minutes so everybody can go and get fed. If they haven't been fed, don't forget all the food and everything today is free. You don't pay for anything. It's a very, very nice showcase day for us today to show off the terrain and what this club is capable of doing. And that is all thank you to you. I've just been reminded by A here that the Germans, when you will deploy 25% of your units onto the table. Okay? Is that rounding up or down? Rounding up or down? What do you want, Carl? Rounding up. Okay? Right, so they will be deployed on the table. The rest of your forces will come in as reserves, as they basically respond to the other forces coming on. So basically all the Allied troops should be down on turn 1.
Well, I just want to say thank you. It sounds silly and hopefully not too contrived, but it's meant honestly and genuinely. It really is a huge boost for us to see how many people turn up for an event like this, and just the amount of work and effort that goes into the scenery, and all you guys putting your armies out and coming down to support, obviously, the local club and stags, but supporting Warlord as well. So from Warlord, I just want to say a big thank you. It is massively appreciated.
Okay, thank you very much. Right, gentlemen, off you go.
Germans to me, and then allies. Germans first.
Germans first, over to Paul.
We've only got 9, that's right.
It's been good so far. We've basically on a lot of the tables, the airborne have been meeting a lot of heavy resistance from some of the German forces. In my own landing zone there, we managed to root out some of the snipers that the Germans had planted down, and we've also taken out some of their artillery observers. But it's usual thing with airborne, I'm afraid. We come in, we hit hard, but then we tend to get minced if we're not careful. So very fragile thing, airborne operations.
Well, I couldn't ask for much better. The gliders have landed exactly where I wanted them to. The German fire have been very ineffective, not really doing anything. They've managed to take one walkabout.
So your opponent's had a very
bad
poor
turn,
luck.
yes.
Yeah.
I've took a lot of his vehicles out and some of his infantry already, and he's going to have a bit of a struggle. Unfortunately, airborne is very paper thin on the armour side, so my armour could drop very quickly. But all my troops are in place, so hopefully we're going to keep those objectives and keep the Germans away.
It's gone really well. First turns happened. The Americans have paratrooped in. They all landed really close, just as they wanted, and then every single one missed. First one missed with his flamer, then ran out of ammo. Second one missed with his flamer, then got shot in response. And then the third one missed and stood there like a headless chicken, basically. Just started turn 2, all of my tanks have come on and crippled his army.
So it's looking for a...
It's going pretty well.
It's going pretty well, yeah.
It's going pretty well. I think it's going to be a win.
Well, I would say congratulations in advance, but you never know how these things turn out.
Well, I mean, that's true. I may snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
Bad.
I've lost one tank and one full squad of fireflies at the moment.
Right.
I'm on 2 objectives, but he's got so much heavy firepower coming in.
You can't stay there,
touch
can't
it.
you? Yeah. So it's you're going to be like force the draw kind of thing, or what are you going to try and do?
I've got tank hunter on all my troops, so I've got to go after his heavy howitzers.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I'm going to get rid of him.
Just try and make him bleed.
Make him bleed. Make him pay for every inch.
I don't blame you. Yeah. Make him work for it.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Okay.
It's going reasonably well. We've got the sub pen right at the end of the table.
Yeah.
So my opponent's got quite a lot of vehicles, and because he's only got 2 bridge access points, he's starting to get a bit funnel onto them.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
He's just lining up, ready to be shot. Then, sort of like a duck in a barrel kind of thing.
Yeah. So no tanks have been destroyed yet.
No. Oh, right.
Managed to destroy his half tracks and infantry around his side. So it takes a bit longer to get the objective, which is nice.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's just getting into position now. So we're now going to start the 3rd turn.
Yeah.
And I think that's really when the people are going to combat and.
So you've just been vying for the tactical positions before the actual slaughter begins.
Yes. Every sort of. Obviously, I didn't have any of my tanks on turn 1.
Yeah.
So they've all moved on turn 2. Destroyed his Brent carrier and his half tracker 2. Unfortunately, Zeus comes on and then misses his shot.
Oh,
poor little. It is.
Give me a little kick in the ass and see what happens next time.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, his Centurion did miss when firing back at me. So I think it's going to be a long game. We seem to be missing well.
It seems like that's like the general percentage so far. Everybody keeps on missing. You should see the look of these two down here. Absolutely bollocks.
Yeah. So next turn, 4 tanks can come on and start engaging.
Yeah.
So it's going to be quite critical next turn. See which tanks survive. And then, because obviously being the bridges, the objectives are quite open as well.
Yeah.
So you want to try and kill off some vehicles before moving on, being sat in the open.
Well, good luck, Rob. I hope it comes forward to you. Thank you very much.
Very good. I'm taking quite a few losses, but then I'm British airborne.
So a little bit more fragile than the rest?
Yeah, a little bit more fragile. Lots of pink squidgy men taking it on the chin.
The huge bonus today has been drawn to play Roger because he's one of the nicest guys you can want to play, and he's a very good mate. And we're having a fantastic day on the tables. Well, I am. Fantastic day. Dice rolls are going in my favour at the moment. So
brilliant day. Brilliant tables.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific that's happened on your game that's been hilarious or disastrous?
Yes. Roger had a special rule with his paratroopers about going into hand-to-hand combat.
Right.
Fortunately, he said, "Right, I'm going into the church." I said, "You've got to run into the building so you can't." My guys then ambushed him and completely wiped the squad out.
Which takes away the special rule to run in.
So. Special rule was really kicked in the teeth. It's a great rule, but the other one he's just got, he took a special guy with his anti-tank gun, which has hit my tank. Hasn't taken it out yet, but it makes it a lot easier for you to hit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Makes the anti-tank gun a sniper weapon.
Yeah.
So it's
really works.
Pretty juicy.
Pretty juicy.
And we'll wait and see what the artillery does next turn because it's just arrived.
So any predictions for the end of this?
Yeah, Jeff's going to win.
Oh no!
We'll make a change.
Make him bleed.
Make a change. But no, it's
Thank you very
really
much,
brilliant.
gents.
Thank you. Cheers.
Nice
Go on, off you get, partner.
Yeah, it's been really good. Nice mix of luck on both sides and bad luck on both sides.
Anything specific that's happened that's hilarious or detrimental to
Pretty
yourself?
cool. Some pretty cool interactions. Had a little armoured car fly straight over the top of the bridge, right into the front of a massive anti-tank gun. Didn't go too well for the armoured car, unfortunately, but there's a tank following it up, so we'll see how that goes.
So this tank's appeared in this tyre spike?
Pretty much, yeah. It sort of just popped its nose over the top of the bridge, but there's a couple other tanks on the other side, so it doesn't want to go too far just yet.
Yeah, and that platform's just waiting.
Yeah, still sitting there. Got another one in the chamber.
Lovely. Any predictions for the rest of the game?
It'll sort of. The benefit of the game is it's all down to objective control. So while I might be doing pretty well on one side of the map, the other side of the map's got a lot of objectives on. So I've got to make sure to focus those a lot as well, because ultimately it's objectives that matter. So
you've been trying to draw the opponent away from the objectives by causing that scenario?
Yeah,
with the,
by hitting one side really hard and trying to lock the bridge down, it keeps a lot of stuff on one side. So it means that I can hopefully mop up the other smaller units on the objectives.
Well, good luck. See how it goes.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, literally. So how's the day going so far? I hear that you're the invigilator of today.
Yeah, no, it's been great. I think at the moment it's looking like the Allies are going to take the day. It started out quite even, but they've certainly started to edge it over the last sort of turn or so.
The airborn have been making an impact then.
Yeah, I think we've already got a finished game as well. Turn 4, but it was just pure Allied superiority coming down. Dropped down into good positions to flank the Germans as they were leading up the boards.
Which table was that on?
That was on the big one down at the bottom with all the gliders. So
yes.
9 gliders on there.
It's phenomenal, isn't it? There's a lot of gliders. It's like a parking lot on that.
It's like a parking lot, yeah.
And
I think you kind of really restricted where the Germans could come on and then just dropped his walkers down behind them. And
pretty contained, and it was clinical, that was, wasn't it? It was just clinical.
Precision, yeah. But no, it's been great. I think there's been some really interesting games so far.
I've seen some Stukas over there that I've got to catch later on so we can get some pictures of them.
Yeah, we've got Pegasus Bridge being fought over as well, which last time I checked, it was looking a bit 50-50 over there as well. So yeah, it's been good. That's been awesome. Is there anything specifically that you've seen that has made you laugh, cry? There's some beautiful walkers painted on the tables.
Yeah.
Certainly a couple of German, not the Zeus, the Thor.
Yeah.
A couple of Thors which look fantastic, which I'm sure you'll have had some pictures of already. But it'd be good to check back in at the end of the day to see how it's gone, because at the moment I'd say it's 50-50. We've got one Allied win so far.
So literally, it's all to play for.
It's all to play for, yeah, definitely.
We played
a game.
We played up to turn 4. After turn 1, it had gone pretty well. Bad for the Allies. Turn 2 went really well.
So when you say well,
so by the end of turn 2, I'd mobilised half of his army.
Yeah. So a proper mincing then.
Oh yeah. The howitzers came on and his veteran infantry just disappeared, and then his walkers got shot to death by obsolete Panzer IVs. We ended the game with one MMG team and a single man left against an army of tanks. So,
sounds like an absolute thrashing, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it was very one-sided at the end.
I did see some white wolves.
Yeah, so the Schreckwolfen turned up, Glory Boys ran in at the end, killed 2 men and claimed the victory as their own. Jumping on the objective.
Jumping on the it's mine.
Yeah. 2 of them still managed to die against an air spotter. So.
Oh right, okay. That's a bit. That air spot's hardcore then.
He is. They tore him apart afterwards.
Well, to be fair, he held his own.
He did.
That was the game one for you guys then?
It's gone brilliant. Like I said, it would have been better to have won, but oh well, can't win them all.
So what game did you do? What turn did you play up to?
We went to turn 6. We got take the train. He took the train 2-1 to him into overall.
Cool.
I said because unfortunately I ran out of men.
You ran out of men?
Well, I ran out of men. I had a couple of squads left, but I did have enough to take the objectives back off him. So unfortunately, he killed more of me than I killed of him. So attrition got me.
Battle of attrition.
Fair
enough. So how do these delicate paras get on then?
They did okay. I think basically at the end of the day it was a lot of the fire and manoeuvre with the Americans. Because they can move and fire with certain weapons without getting a penalty, it meant that we were able to execute that on the table, lay down a lot of fire on the Germans who were putting out a lot of fire themselves, but the American fire and manoeuvre basically told in the end.
There was a lot of line of sight issues on your table from what I believe, because you were fighting with all of the trains, so you had both the armoured train and the gun.
Yeah, it was very awkward, but
very awkward.
Basically at the end of the day we had Slammer Samuels who ran into the thing and captured the objective, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it was all good.
That was it, GG?
Yeah, GG. All good.
Right.
Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So how was your game going then so far?
It's
So what
good.
turn you on?
We're just about to start turn 5, so we've got 2 left, and it's very close now. There's one side of the game, he's killed both my vehicles.
So you're on the sub-pen as well, so you got 2 sides.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's the 2 bridges we've got to try and contest.
Try to turn it, yeah.
He's quite good on the one bridge,
Yeah.
because I've got literally 3 infantry squads against his tanks. So that's going to be, and there's 1 Panzerfaust between the one.
It's going to be an interesting thing.
Other side, a bit better. I've killed his Tesla tank,
Yep.
and I've got my Panzer X.
Yeah.
So he's got a Cromwell. So
Well, that's not very good in anti-tank though,
no,
from memory. is it?
anti-infantry is good, anti-tank is not.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that side works.
Ah, well, yeah. Fair
But
play.
I think it's going to be a quite close finish to the game.
Oh, good luck. I hope you get for it. Right, so you guys have been playing on the car park.
We have, yeah. Well, dropped a few gliders then.
Dropped a few gliders down, so would you like to give us a heads up view of what happened?
Well,
It was bad luck on my part with the dice, really, to be honest.
Right, okay.
I had 3 units on start, didn't I?
yeah.
And you brought your...
I luckily guessed where he was probably going to deploy.
Right.
And dropped 3 walkers and a Firefly squad right where he deployed.
So it was straight behind the chap kind of thing.
Blew his truck up the troops.
Yeah.
Oh!
And the troops were pinned, they couldn't do anything, and they just got slowly killed. Really.
Well, ran off after being flamed.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
he
yeah.
blames him.
I flamethrowed them, yeah.
Flamethrowed them.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that is hard, man.
Unfortunately, because of how he came on the first turn, and all my gliders landed unchallenged.
Gotcha.
I managed to run on to objectives, and then a mixture of really good luck on my part and abysmal luck on his part. He couldn't shift me.
So he's literally denied from the word go, effectively.
Pretty much, just
on
the
the
way it
back
went
from the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, just the way it goes, isn't it? So it's
That's
a good
true.
game though. It's enjoyable.
Very enjoyable.
Looks cracking scenery
phenomenal
and table.
watch.
A bloodbath over in the corner.
Yeah,
of
it
all
was
the,
a good
all the
back in the
vehicles.
corner.
Yeah. I must admit, seeing that all the smoke kind of thing, it just looked absolute carnage.
We had a cracking little firefight on top of a glider as well.
Yeah, that was
Falcons and Fireflies.
Oh, that's cool. That's
They
cool.
mutually killed each other in the same firefight. So yeah.
I'd like to, yeah, smashing. So how was it like to play on the bridge?
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, I built my army around the idea of a force that would go into Market Garden. So I had lots of the engineering, like the Calipes on the Meteors, Panavre. So yeah, it actually felt great to fight what my army was meant to be fighting on.
Yeah, I'll see where you're coming from. So it was quite engineered for a specific scenario, a specific
Yeah,
event.
so the whole idea of them, yeah.
Yeah, smashing. So it's quite light. How did you get on fighting with the lights?
There was so much stuff just to pin down all the time. To begin with, it was a case of, what am I going to fire at? I mean, I got very lucky to begin with, and I managed to knock out a pack 40 before my Churchills really rolled on, which helped a lot, because I was staring down the other side of the bridge, a little bit worried.
How did you overcome the rest of it, though?
Good old bridge, way of firepower, really. Climbed up the other side of the bridge and...
shoot them?
Yeah, pretty much. It was a case of... I couldn't really advance over very fast, and he had quite a lot of short-range firepower, so held back a little bit and used my superior firepower from the Churchills, basically.
Yeah. Just forced a scenario to occur where you could actually achieve what you wanted to do. Relative safety.
Yeah.
Smashing those. Thank you very much.
And then I had a crazy artillery observer running across the river.
I've heard about him actually. He's
done the rounds a bit.
He's done the rounds a bit, yeah. His escapades have sort of flowed down the table, and I've heard about that. Specific mention, I think, in the scrolls of war. Thank you, kind sir.
No worries, mate.
What turn did you play up to?
Sorry, in the end ours ended on 5.
So yours ended to 5?
Yes.
You actually went to the end of 5?
Yes.
Oh, so what did you achieve in these 5 turns?
So in total in the 5 turns, we achieved a 2-0 objective victory. So I held 2 objectives, and the final objective was contested between both teams.
Yeah. So I saw there was 2 Stukas that turned up. Oh man, I forgot the word. I do apologise. So how did they fare in the combat?
So the Stukas were called in by an air observer, so flew past, gave us a pass and then backed off. So they took out the Cromwell, which is the main tank, and just left it blocking the bridge, so it blocked about 4 other units off as well, so that was very useful.
Very useful on that bridge, just bottlenecks, and they couldn't get through.
Yeah, right in the way.
Right in the way, and that gave you the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Smash, and that's good to hear. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
And congratulations. So you were against Simon today, how did it go?
It was really close until pretty much the last kind of couple of turns, because it's weird because despite the fact we were both using quite large numbers of veteran units and expensive, he still had more units than me, and he was just pressing me from all sides, basically.
A bit of a grind he was trying to get you into.
A bit of a grind. I was having trouble hitting anything with my anti-tank weaponry. I rolled so many ones. I think the gun sights might have just been off. And it's just like, but I managed to get a few and finally knocked out like all his armoured vehicles, which was good. He had the 3 tank destroyers that I was just trying to avoid or not get around. It's weird because one of the things of the game of not being able to shoot over or through your own units is that you can have an infantry squad, nice, in cover, and you can put a tank behind them and think, oh, damn, I can't fire over those now. Your firing lines are really important. So it was really close until right at the end, and I managed to kind of leap onto 2 of the 3 objectives. Because the 3rd objective, I'd managed to neutralise most of the stuff around there, or really pin it down, so my 2 infantry squads basically just ran onto a hill and just went, ours please. And then the middle objective, which was on the road, I'd managed to keep relatively clear, because most of the rest of his forces were over on the left flank. And I just moved my 2 Thor heavy walkers just onto it in a convoy and just went, and this is now mine as well.
Deal with this!
Try and get these off in a turn when most of your anti-tank stuff has either been killed or has already gone.
Yeah, through attrition it's just not there anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's just like, because that's the thing, is my Thors were at the back of the table for pretty much the entirety of the game.
Yeah.
Just
I saw them having
off,
some cover from behind the buildings, weren't they?
Getting cover from the buildings, firing off howitzer shots, which mostly missed, but not all of them did. Some of them wiped out a unit that was threatening stuff. But then obviously he hadn't had a chance to deal with them, so I just went, nope. And then of course I had a Panther on the left flank which just wouldn't die, but he kept missing. It kept getting, either it was immobilised, it was stunned, it was just like, had loads of pins on it, and it was just sitting there just going, I basically treated that flank as a sacrificial flank almost, because that objective on that flank, which was almost on his board edge, I just thought, I'm not getting that, so I'll just leave that and concentrate on these 2. And there was a squad of infantry that was down to, I think, 3 men that was just behind a wall, cowering, and as like several squads of his force were just hammering them and just going, nope. But the US Paragon infantry and Slammer Sam, I believe, who is basically the Captain America guy almost. Really annoying and really effective, because he takes pin markers away from everyone around him.
A little bubble, so you
can
travel.
A little bubble, he's good at shooting, he's good at hitting close combat, and he had a little squad of Paragon troopers with him that were just shooting the stuffing out of anything they got close. I'm surprised that infantry squad survived as long as it did. And I think, funnily enough, Slammer Sam charged that infantry squad and got shot in the face. So that was their one thing. They managed to hold that flank almost by themselves
and
also get him. And then the Paragons were taken out by one of the Thors as they popped around the corner, just heavy howitzer them in the face. So
just creep down the corner.
It was, yeah, it was really close, and then just a pivotal moment where it's just like, great, everything went right at exactly the right time. So
I think you're plotting this from the beginning, though, weren't you, a little bit?
With me, I like to think of in most of my life, I like to think of myself as an accidental genius. I'd kind of have moments where I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, yeah, do that. Most of the game, I'm like, and then, oh yeah, do that, that's great.
Come on, opponent.
Oh,
come on, Dad.
Look at this. What's happened then? What's happened? Tell us what's happened.
Murdered.
You were murdered.
Disaster day for my very sporting opponents.
Oh, that's a shame.
A joy to play, as usual, but we had a day where the dice gods were definitely with
Dice
me,
gods were not
and
with
were
me.
definitely not with Roger.
Oh man, so tell me what happened.
Every time I rolled a dice, I rolled a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Oh, wow.
Seriously, I didn't lose a single
was
unit
master
the
of
whole
the
game.
one.
Master of the one.
Yeah.
Master of the one.
I didn't actually lose a unit in the game.
An entire unit. Right.
Entire unit. Nothing at all.
No,
Nothing at all.
No.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Yeah, so it was, and that was really due to Roger tried to use a few of these special rules that I've never heard of, which were legal, by the way, I looked them up, and they didn't work.
They just didn't work. They backfired, or
They
perhaps
did,
in the wrong
one of them
situation.
did more than backfire, didn't it?
Oh, the one completely backfired.
Yeah.
But the sniper one.
The sniper anti-tank
for the anti-tank gun
yeah.
was a good one.
People need to look that up. It's in the bolt action
stayed
book,
his ground.
but you can play it in K47.
Yeah.
The rule actually is very good. I'll look that up myself.
Extra 50 points for an anti-tank gun.
Yeah.
And he gets the sniper rule. Smash it. And he can re-roll his.
But here's a little tip for anybody who watches this video.
What do you call it?
I don't know.
Re-roll his own
Re-rolls.
three.
I have to say,
rallies.
When your opponent says to you, I'm a bit worried about this artillery strike, and your opponent says, the only way that strike's not going to come in is somebody kills the spotter. So I sent 2 squads off to kill the spotter. You shouldn't have told me that.
You should be sporty, you know that, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's a game. It's a good old game.
It took about 15 shots, but I killed him.
I'm pleased you both enjoyed it.
Fantastic
Good
day,
play.
yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.
And he doesn't look as dead as he when he got it, because he wasn't very well when he first got it.
Yeah, actually,
he feels. He
It's
looks
all
a
this
little bit
lovely
better.
food, you see.
Some tablets and high as a kite.
I'll break mistakes because I'm committed, but I have to say it's another brilliant day for Mistakes War Gaming Club.
Thank you very much.
Can't beat it.
Thank you very much, guys.
Official scores indoors now.
Okay, results. So basically, we had 4 Allied victories. What are you going to do with them, mate? We had 4 Axis victories. We had 1 draw. Hang your heads in shame, people who drew. And basically, so that makes the whole day a tie, apart from, on the RPG table, apparently the Axis forces were more successful, were they not?
They completed their mission at the loss of half of their party.
But they completed their mission.
Yes.
So that gives the Axis forces a very, very minor victory in Norway at the moment for the Axis forces, so they're still holding their ground in there and they still have a footing in Norway. Okay, so well done Axis forces, well done to the RPGs. Basically, well done to yourselves for coming up today, playing some really cool games. I mean, there were some excellent games. The main thing is, did you all have fun today? Did you enjoy it? Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to let Charlie have the final word from Warlord.
Thank you, yeah, cheers. No, again, I'll echo what I said at the start. It really is, massively appreciated from Warlord that you do come and support things like this. And I was just blown away by the amount of amazing armies that were on the table. So much so that I think it deserves a prize. So, and on my authority.
On your authority?
We'll put up £30 store voucher for anything Warlord.
Okay.
To the winner of, I'm going to say best army of the day, because again, there's some fantastic armies on the table, but the one that caught my eye the most was Tam's Germans. So, just again, thank you. Please keep it up, keep doing it, keep doing what you do. It's fantastic. It's unequaled as well, as far as I'm concerned. So.
I think really from all the committee and everything like that, I mean, we are really proud of Club, aren't we, and what you guys do.
Right, so
you really do make us proud. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Thank you. So that's it now, we're finished. So that's it. Everybody go on, we'll pack up, do everything we've got to do.
How many points was it playing today?
Sorry?
How many points was it? Each person had 2,000.
Well, there was 2,000 points to play for each person, so yeah, you had 18,000.
36,000.
36,000 total. It was 18 on each side, so 36,000. So that's not bad.
Pretty good.
That's not bad. Do better next. Do better next.
Tank war is easy.
Tank war is easy, yeah.
Just like 5 King Tigers each. Sorted.
100,000 points is a nice one to aim for, though, I think.
Nobody's got
next time's got to be 3,000 points each.
Nobody's got any feedback for us before we finish off? Anything? Negative, positive, whatever. It doesn't matter.
More of the same.
More of the same.
Yeah.
I just wanted him.
Yeah, but which side would you be fighting for? Or would you change halfway through?
The winning side.
He's a perfect Italian player.
Can I just raise a point from the intelligence side? I know it's not me. Showing your army to everybody on Facebook last night, so that it knows
Did make a difference, evident, mate.
Nice army, but everybody knew what you were going to bring.
It's called marketing.
Finally, just give Chris and Jackie a very big thank you for coming up today, because they have
Alan, I can't see them here at home, but we must thank the two ladies in the kitchen as well.
Yes, they did a great job today. They're both gone now, basically, but they did a great job today.
That kept us fueled and fed.
Yeah, it was really, really cool having all the nibbles and everything like that. I think that was fantastic, yeah? Okay, so bottom line is, everybody had a great day. Everybody wants to do more of it, so we'll look at seeing if we can.
Whose is this pin marker?
Roger's Ian.
Ooh.
So he doesn't have to fight for it.
Let's just finish up the Iron Bridge event at Stags Wargaming Society. It's been an absolute phenomenal day, although it's now tipping down a rain. Just like to thank you for participating in our video, and I hope you enjoy the show.